That. I wanted to give you just a little bit of update. We had another great week, especially in our Sharing a Love Sunday. Saturday. I did write Saturday, which was yesterday. Probably the largest crowd ever, and what a blessing. We have more and more people now back regularly every week. So now they realize that this is the place where they can get a loaf of bread, 2 loaves of bread. We encourage bags of bread. Bags of bread not only for themselves, but to feed family, neighbors, and friends that might need some food. So besides having the regulars every week, we had somebody come now a couple times from Hellertown. Now I had no idea how far away Hellertown is, but I think it's about a half hour, right? 40 minutes? Yep. They come from Hellertown just for the bread here. So that's pretty awesome. That's kind of west from here, right? West?
Our neighbors came too.
Yeah, the neighbors came as well.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, praise the Lord. Your neighbors, right? Yeah. Oh, our neighbor, yeah. Our neighbor across the street.
My neighbors, well, yeah, they came,
but the neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
I've been trying, knocking on their door, and interesting enough, he finally came over. And so our only neighbor.
What's his name, Bob?
No, his name is not Bob. Don't ask me his name. I want to say.
Well, that's all right.
It might be Ron. I think. Well, I'm not going to say. I'll find out. But the father-in-law lives in the old church building, and the other house is his daughter lives.
Okay, good.
So a little bit more about them in a couple of minutes. Well, I might also mention it now. One of the greatest things is now when you see people over and over, you get a little bit of knowledge of who they are, what they're going through. And the neighbors mentioned that they know a woman who has multiple sclerosis and is in dire need of food. So here's a way for this neighbor to help that person give food, and we're going to try and work it out, give them food.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. You're right. Still praying on the next step that God would have for us. We're kind of in a holding pattern. I'm kind of waiting to hear from the Janville side of the big building, and still waiting to see what the direction is, whether we're going to have our own building on our own, or is Janville going to. I'd be loved to be next to the senior citizen in Forks Township. So we're still praying on that. I'd love to be next to the seniors. They can come in and get food. They can be our volunteers to man the food bank. And I want you to definitely pray for the Forks seniors, because they've only spent one day in the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, probably 6, 7, or 8 weeks with no access to food. For the seniors in Forks, they usually come for at least lunch. They're ready to get some bread to take home, and bored at home. They're bored at home, nothing to do. At least at the Forks place, they had activities to do, and they could see friends. And so, yeah, really pray for the seniors at this time, because their location now is closed permanently that they were meeting in. Until they find a temporary place. So now they're looking for a temporary place, and hopefully the permanent location will be right in Forks, and we'll be right next to them. So that's what I'm praying for. Great week for Bimbo. Got lots of bread. Sorry, Bimbo. Have to pronounce that correctly. It's not Bimbo.
I call it Bimbo.
I know, but it's Bimbo.
Everybody I talk to says Bimbo.
Well, I know, but you have to correct it. It's Bimbo. Yeah, Bimbo. And again, they have given us a variety of bread. And it was a great week for Pepper's Farm. And if you go on our Facebook page, you'll see a photo of Maximus, the new manager there of the depot. He's got a heart for people, a heart for sharing food. He's a great person. So God bless us with him going forward, and he really believes in what we are doing. So, interesting enough, between both, the totals of the bread from both places this past week equaled 1,500, which is our normal load that we really need to take care of all the families that we're trying to feed. And it's just interesting. I was kind of hoping that would happen. If Pepper's Farm kind of dwindled down, we'd get another source of bread, and that's happening. So far, just Pepper's Farm, we have obtained and delivered 25,701 loaves of bread approximately from January to today. Pretty awesome. So I want to thank all the volunteers, of course, and everyone that helps to make getting the bread out there to the people who are in need. And trust me, they miss it if it's not there. So again, that's not counting Weiss, that's not counting Bimbo, that's not counting all the other stuff. That is just loaves of bread. And just remember now, that 25,000 could be handled once, it could be handled twice, it could be handled 3 times. So you're talking about 75,000 motions to move that bread to where it needs to go. So I thank everybody who takes their time on Sundays and Mondays and gets the bread and boxes it up for us.